Somewhere in your heart you'll find we're fighting for our right to keep the future bright and protect the ones we love. And the river is our sisters and our brothers. We are camping out for each other. We are stronger when we band together, and we're standing up for the water. Don't poison the future away. You've gotta have a soul. Mother Earth protects us all. If you treat her with disrespect, then what message have you left for your children and their home?
Calling all people of all walks of life to be here. This affects your water. Every generation, this generation now, this affects you as well. Everybody that thinks that they have something that's going on, this is what's going on now. Make yourself important here. Come here, help us out. Where's Whoopi Goldberg talking about this? Where's Good Morning America talking about this? Telling us we're protesters. We are not protesters, we are protectors.
Well, didn't really sleep for about 48 hours. Being the co-pilot of the van that I had rented and trying to help us all get here safely. Happy to have finally made it. Definitely still in like protection mode, like trying to feel everything out, trying to feel out the energy, see who we can trust and see what's going on. Also see what ways that I can help the most. Got a whole entire van full of donations at the moment that need dispersed, and trying to figure out the most appropriate way to do that will be interesting. Infinite thanks to Johnny Crico for guiding us in here, along with all the other people that helped. Apparently most roads are blockaded, they're not letting anyone in. We took some really epic back route. And like it was definitely way out of the way, but we were not met with any resistance besides one of our vehicles getting pulled over. But we got out of that pretty easily. I'm gonna try to work towards the front lines at some point today or tomorrow. Unfortunately, may only be here for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days maybe, because I feel responsible for the van rented in my dad's name, and so I got to get that back at some point. It was fucking freezing last night. Yeah, it was it was bitter. I got a 19-degree sleeping bag on top of like this fucking epic fur thing inside of like a brand new like pretty nice tent, and on top of an air mat, and I was like ready to die at some point. And it's like what, November, so being here through like the dead of the winter probably isn't gonna happen unless I'm in like a really nice legit tent with like wood burning stove or something. But yeah, then I put my my 45-degree sleeper inside of it like a liner, and once I was able to like somehow squirm and manage to do that, which was like pretty epic in and of itself, I was actually like nice and warm and toasty. So I woke up like feeling pretty warm actually, which is really nice. Yeah, so like I don't know how freely I can just walk around and film here. There's probably a lot of people that like don't really want to be filmed, but yeah, I'm gonna do the best I can to bring some footage back, and I love you.
Mama needs you now. Warrior, warrior. The suits are moving in just to get their dollar. Treat is being broken, no respect or honor. Listen close, my friend, this is happening. Warrior, warrior. If you are a rock, stand up like a mountain. Rise up from the earth, one love, one message. I know that we are strong in spirit, and if you are the righteous, hear it. If you are a rock, stand up like a mountain. Burn the sage and cedar, spirit is the leader.
Been helping out a little bit here and there with getting little things organized for the camp. Show some stuff. Testing out some of my new gear. I got this cool solar charger thing. Seems to be working all right. We'll see how effective it really is. Just trying to be as sustainable as possible with power out here, utilizing this beautiful sun we got shining. What I've been learning is just to try to remain grounded and as peaceful as possible right now. Giving myself as much love as I need and taking care of myself, and not just like killing myself to get everything taken care of, and realizing that it'll all be done at the right time. Taking care of myself, like grounding myself out, connecting to this earth, doing some meditation, making sure I get enough food and the right food. Got a little peanut butter and coconut oil mixture. Let's turn my brain on, hopefully. Dealing with some relationship issues with different people here, but I'm sure it's all just a reflection of the fact that I'm still in a little bit of chaos after the trip. About 3 hours before we arrived here, we were in a really tough spot. To the point where a lot of people were just like, I'm not really gonna continue this trip, and pretty much ready to turn home. And some pretty like threatening things were said, and some pretty violent things were said, and yeah, it threw a lot of people off. There was a lot of emotions expressed, a lot of pain and suffering that was expressed. And I was definitely expressing a lot, which may have came off in anger, but was definitely a lot of love. Yeah, so it's been quite a journey, but I think after all those emotions came out, it actually allowed us to connect a lot deeper and be more of one mind and one heart, which is what we need to be in the vibration of peace and solidarity here to help with service to the planet and protecting the waters, which is what this is about. So trying to remain centered on that. And I've been doing a lot of observing, and I'm pretty happy with what I've been seeing in terms of the amount of peace and organization. Even though a lot of things are still being figured out, there's a lot of really good people here who have been here before, who are really helping to hold it down. Another thing I've been observing is the merging of old Lakota and old Native customs and traditions with those of the protectors of this age right now. For instance, the whole like not wearing a mask thing on the front line to show your face, I guess, is apparently a Lakota tradition. And then my friend who I had traveled here with is expressing that with video surveillance and facial recognition, and even just protection in general from the pepper spray and the mace and whatever else we're being attacked with on the front lines, that it would be much more beneficial to wear things like a mask. And so that was one of the discussions that was happening. And so apparently there's a direct action training that's going to be coming up here soon that I'm preparing myself to go attend and try to learn what I can, and also just making sure that I ask around and talk to enough people so I don't absorb any misinformation, disinformation, so that I can be as prepared as possible to help out as effectively as I can here in my short time here.
Creator, I ask you to bless over our relatives today, those who have a bad heart, feeling bad, in the water that's at stake in Mother Earth, the suffering that she's going through. All the animals, all the wildlife, all of, even our chinupa, they were kantanka, the chinupas that were thrown on the ground and desecrated graves and things like that, they were kantanka. Our men and women who are in jails and prisons and institutions and who are addicted to alcohol and drugs out there, the genocide that's happening to our people here today, and those who are downstream don't even have a clue what's happening out there. I ask you to open up the minds, hearts, and ears of all of them out there, because we're not here just to fight for ourselves. Or,
sick. I really wanted a shirt, but they're sold out.
I only know a little bit of the Lakota, but I'm very
Are we supposed to park? We'll just keep going up. Did North Camp get raided? Yeah, that was the one when we were driving up. We had heard about that. Maybe just in between that, like next to that red truck over there, Chris. Just straight in front of you.
That car right there?
The red truck straight in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, so the Red Warrior team's right here.
And said he was told that we were making the decisions, that we told him many, many times that it's not us, and he would not hear it, right? And so just to be clear and be transparent, this camp has grown. Many different people have come in. We don't know a lot of people here anymore. So, you know, it may not be unusual for us to get people in this mix who are trying to be provocateurs to infiltrate. And usually it takes this form. Somebody gets up in a meeting and says, let's go down there right now, right? Everybody, we're wasting our time. Let's walk to the front line and throw down. If you don't do it, then you're chicken, right? It's kind of what's been happening, right? That's kind of an obvious sign, right? That somebody is trying to get people to move into a situation they're not familiar with. They're trying to disrupt this meeting. So I want you to understand that this training time is your time, right? So the less that we have to deal with people like that, the more time we have to build together. And if you want to, we can ask those people to move, to remove themselves, or we'll get our friend, the security and the veterans just right over there to come in and escort them to wherever they need to go, okay? So I know that sounds a little bit stern way to start this, but we've been dealing with a lot of people coming in lately, and it's become a lot more cumbersome to run through these trainings, but we're doing the best we can, okay? So.
Today, wow, wait, is it the 5th of November? Wait, is this the day where they say, remember the 5th of November? Or am I mistaken? Regardless, what I do know is that today is a powerful day. It is a peaceful, prayerful day. I come to you wearing this mask in symbol of the protection that's sometimes needed to be prayerful and peaceful. I think the last time I spoke was before the training yesterday. And so during the training, we were instructed 10 different principles. I didn't write them down or memorize them, but they're as simple as we are protectors, not protesters. It's a huge difference. For me, protesters carries this image of picket signs and we don't want this. Like fighting against something, like an offense. And protectors are people that are defending the land and what is sacred. Carries the image of a warrior with a shield. So that's what we are here to do. And to do it wisely takes a little bit of training. And so we ran some different simulations, some different training exercises if we were to deal with cops, and how to do it in a unified way by linking arms with our sisters and brothers and being able to communicate effectively and communicate that plan effectively amongst a group of people to look out for each other and use our body to cover up obstacles if we're going through rough terrain like ditches, for someone to stand in there and to show everybody that that is there. So the training was definitely beneficial, and I learned a lot about what it means to take direct action in a peaceful way. And it just is good to be here, and I'm just really ready to finally see our adversary, choosing not to use the word enemy, but we are going to confront our adversary today. And so it's the moment and experience that I have been waiting for. Deciding what to bring, because the chance to be arrested is always present. So just trying to be smart about minimizing the amount of things that I take and being smart about the things that I do. So I have a lot of preparation in this next less than an hour. So I'm gonna eat and get everything together. I just want to say once again that I love you so much. Peace.
My people been fighting before I was born. I lined up this stage right before I record. The government broke all the treaties before. This time around we won't take it no more. Wanna find us, we'll be standing with our fists tied. They tried to kill us off, it'll never happen this time. Wanna find us, we'll be standing with our fists tied. They tried to kill us off, it'll never happen this time. Let me paint a picture that can wash away the ignorance. Play it through the speakers just to make sure that they listen. And we treat it like prisoners in this country that we living in. Everything is fine till the toil that we swimming in. Companies are acting like this fuel is unlimited. Ignore repercussions just cause they don't have to live with it. Let me come and dig a hole up in your front yard. Guaranteed it won't be long before this cop cars. They saying that we hostile cause we chose to make a stand. When the oil starts to spill, then it will desecrate the land. These companies don't care because it's all part of the plan. 7th generation, man, the future's in our hands. The reason that we fighting is because this is our lifeline. Looking at these workers screaming, fuck you in your pipeline. They don't care about the women, they don't care about the children. So what will make you think that they will care about your feelings? They try to pay us all.
I just want to say while I'm here with you that I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this and for allowing me to express myself. And just my biggest mission here is to definitely hold the vibration of peace and love amongst what is going on. But more in terms of physically, what I need to do is to disperse appropriately all the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful donations that y'all have helped me to bring here. And yeah, so that's going to be a big project of sorting through all that and getting to the right places. But I just really want to take this moment to thank you for all your support, all your prayers, following us on Facebook, sending out energy, meeting up for me for donations. The financial donations were huge, allowed us to get the rental van, allowed us to feel abundant, like to have the gas money and to be able to get the things we need to keep going. And it's like, if there's a charger at the gas station that someone needs for a cell phone, it's like, I don't know if I should spare this money. It's like, no, this is what we need, and we have the funds to pay for it because of wonderful people like you. And so thank you for allowing us to feel like we have what we need in order to continue what we're doing and to bring you this information from inside here. I'm not gonna be like going around filming like too liberally, because I know there's a lot of people who don't want to be filmed, and so that's why I'm still starting off with these personal private videos. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it flows. Just want to say I love you and thank you, and we'll see what happens. But peace, 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 peace.
My brother's keeper, yes, I am my mama's child. She gave me a lion heart and she told me to be kind. She taught me to paint my dreams into my reality. And she said, first you gotta wake up, baby, get your head right and keep your